What's up, you movie-loving bastards, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host, as always, Jay Schatzer, and today we're going to do a quickie, but it is the movie room tour. It is complete, got all the movies in here, got some space for extra stuff to add in, and I'm just going to do a quick kind of rundown of each and every section where different genres are. There's chaos some over in here, but a lot of horror behind me. Pretty much behind me is the horror wall. We'll go through that. Sci-fi over here. Martial arts stuff over here. Whole Jackie Chan shelf pretty much. Yeah. And it's just mix and match and all that kind of stuff. But I will show you it all. So let's jump right in and check it out. All right, starting from the pretty much top, the tippy top you can get. I've got a lot of my DVDs up here of just random stuff. We got Creamy Films, the Creamy Collection, some extra Mario Bava stuff, a lot of just random zombie-esque things in the DVD section. And I've got over there in the corner my Blind Dead collection on DVD, the Coffin set, just one of my favorites picking up years ago. But there's the new Coffin Joe set it over there, kind of getting ready to fill up that little area. But then in here we have just a lot of random horror movies. This is kind of just no rhyme or reason to it, throwing them all over the place. It's a random shelf. But then below I got a bunch of box sets, kind of grouped them all together. And then we move into kind of the slasher 80s stuff. This whole shelf right here is just all slasher 80s movies. And then below it, we get into kind of another random shelf with a bunch of like box sets, single movies, a lot of oddities on this one. And yep, bringing it down to, this is my zombie shelf. This is probably my favorite shelf. So on the zombie shelf, it's mix and match between DVDs and Blu-rays, but it's mostly Blu-rays just because they fit the best on here. But yeah, they are pretty abundant on here. Filling it out with my Evil Dead collection. And then below that, we go on to... And below that, we go on to the Hammer collection. So this is all Hammer horror, British stuff here. And then it goes into Amicus stuff, and then it goes into the Universal horror monster movies, and then just Universal horror movies in general. And some anthology flicks that I kind of randomly threw in there. And then the rest of this aisle is kind of it's pretty much old school movies, horror movies. So a lot of black and whites, a lot of 30s, 40s, and 50s kind of scattered in here. So that's kind of the gist of that shelf. And then if you go down, well, this one is the kind of creature feature aisle. We got it's aquatic creatures like Jaws kind of films. I wonder if I should put Jaws down there. Oh, there's so much stuff I can move around. You got alligator movies, snake movies, underwater, giant crab movies, all kinds of stuff. And then it goes into the Sasquatch territory. And then we move into the werewolf movies. And then after that, it kind of goes back into random mode, where it's just a bunch of random movies. Ending with Count Yorgo over there. And then below is a lot of foreign Asian flicks, like Japan, China, different things like that, India. And yeah, that's kind of the gist of that area over there. And it goes into more of those kind of films. This is like a mix and match kind of shelf here. But then it moves into Italian, mixture of Italian films and just a few randoms. And then my tins that don't fit on any of these shelves. So I kind of just threw them anywhere. And then you got these random DVD shelves, or DVD entries down here. Mostly zombie films, I guess. And then, if we go way back up here, we've got... Starting over here, we have the Giallo shelf. One of my favorite kind of subgenres. And it's mostly filled with Blu-rays, because I upgraded pretty much majority of all my stuff. And then it goes into the Forgotten Giallo, Gialli 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I got 6 on the way. And then more of box sets. And a lot of Italian stuff. And yeah, keeps going, the Italian films here. This is all the kind of oddball Italian films. And then all of Mario Bava's filmography. And then below that is the good old Vincent Price shelf. So I've got pretty much, I think I have every single thing that Vincent Price has ever done. I think the only thing I'm missing is The Magician that I don't have on Blu-ray there. And then goes back into some more other stuff. And then very at the end is the seasonal, my favorite little section here, the seasonal Christmas horror and New Year's horror movies. And that is it for the horror section. And now it's time for the sci-fi section. So, sci-fi kind of starts off with Alien, and then there's really no rhyme or reason or era or time period that I'm kind of focusing on. I kind of scattered science fiction all over the place. So just kind of go through here. There's No Escape right in the middle. That one I actually just watched on Amazon Prime. It's been a while since I watched it. Love the movie. But, yep. All over the place. Children of Men, Solaris, Sunshine, Minority Report, Blade Runner. Bunch of classic sci-fi over here. And then if you go up, you're going to have even more sci-fi. Logan's Run, a bunch of Criterion. I kind of put all the Criterion together. I don't know if there's any more scattered throughout, but yeah, a bunch of Kino Lorber stuff. And I kind of put a little section of Italian kind of post-apocalyptic movies in the sci-fi section. And a bunch of Arnold Schwarzenegger stuff. And ending with Planet of the Apes. But then there's even more further up with Blade Runner. I know there's a Blade Runner down there. I got to get stuff condensed where they all belong. But Scanners, Dune, both Dunes, the old version and the new one. Looking forward to part 2 coming out. Bunch of Roger Corman stuff. Kind of put them all together. I got all my Flash Gordons plus Flash Gordon in the same area with Barbarella next to it. And yeah, it just keeps going. And you got Hardware, RoboCop movies, bunch of Star Trek stuff. And then at the very top, we've got kind of my Star Wars stuff. I got the theatrical, no special effects versions right there. Scattered of... I really don't like the Disney Star Wars shit. Rogue One, love it. Solo, I actually enjoyed it. The rest can just burn in hell. But Star Trek, I got it on all the movies on Blu-ray. And then I've got the original series as well. And then the rest of these are all just kind of DVDs of ones that are straggling. I could probably condense them to make more space, but I don't really need space yet because I got a ton of shelves. And then... over here, we have the rest of the sci-fi DVDs, and there's a lot of great ones in here that I kind of forgot I had, like Gorath. I have the 13th Floor. The 13th Floor has never been out on Blu-ray, at least I don't know, and if it has, it's way out of print. Love that movie. Metropolis, Outlander's actually a really good recent kind of movie. Death Race 2000, I still need to upgrade that on Blu-ray. And then it goes into the kind of Star Wars, Clone Wars crap and all that stuff. And then this box set here, the Soviet Union kind of Russian sci-fi on the end is awesome. Silent Stars and Aloma and The Dust and the Stars, really great stuff. And then kind of finish off the rest of the science fiction stuff right here in this kind of small little area with the remaining DVDs that I had that I couldn't kind of fit anywhere else. But if you branch off of that, it's my anime section. Kind of Japanese animation, or any kind of anime, really, or animated movie. They start with the DVDs, and then it kind of blends in to kind of my extra Godzilla stuff. All my other Godzilla things, all the Blu-rays are downstairs. I'll show you that in a little bit. And then below that is the Blu-ray anime films, which I have a lot of them. And they're all classics pretty much. But then it continues into just random movies, and this is literally random. There's no rhyme or reason or genre. Just scattered all over the place here, from spaghetti westerns to comedies. I try to put all the comedies downstairs, so I might put Friday down there, but I have no idea. It's just a shit show, really. And then below that is some of my favorite films that are on DVD, but not on Blu-ray. A lot of foreign films here. The City of Men, Tears of the Black Tiger is amazing. Orphu is really, really cool. The Mexican Spitfire is an awesome black and white comedy series that stars a woman named Lupe, I believe, and it is just amazing. The Harder They Come, one of my favorite movies, an amazing Jamaican film. It's actually, I have it on Blu-ray as well, somewhere else. I think it's actually downstairs. Luna Papa, very, very amazing film. Shot in Turkey with the actress is probably one of the most beautiful actresses in the world. I can't remember her name off the top of my head right now. But yep, it kind of goes through here. Zardoz, badass film. The Beach is actually one of my favorite movies for some reason. I can't explain it. Crimson Rivers, really cool series. Yeah, but it's just random kind of DVDs thrown in here. And then down here we have got the James Bond box set, but my spy shelf is further down in the other area, but I kind of put that one there. I don't really know why. But more random movies on Blu-ray on this shelf. And then below that are more scattered DVDs of all the Lord of the Rings stuff and Hobbit stuff. I have the Blu-rays of the Lord of the Rings extended downstairs. That's kind of my normie movies down there. And then into the Ray Harryhausen DVD box sets, which are awesome. I need to upgrade all those movies to Blu-ray. And then just random stuff, Game of Thrones, and a bunch of Elvis movies, the Sabata trilogy, and then below that is more random DVDs of all kinds of genres. Spaced, awesome television show from the UK. Band Brothers, and all my Godzillas on DVD, which I have upgraded all on Blu-ray. Alright, now if we mosey on over to this shelf, we have, it's pretty much my Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan Blu-rays shelf. So I got them all right there. I got all my new Jackie Chan kind of box sets where I pretty much upgraded almost every single movie I have to the shelf 2 down. But yeah, it's got all of those, and then a bunch of martial arts and kind of Japanese, Asian cinema. And then it goes into more goofy stuff. You got the Santo, my Santo movies, New York Ninja, just kind of like things that had like martial arts kind of edge to them. And then down here we got the Sonny Chiba collection, 1 and 2, then the Executioner, and other Sonny Chiba films. Then got Criterion stuff like The Branded to Kill. So it's pretty much more Asian cinema. And go through there, and then the rest of the DVDs for Santo. Below that is another random shelf of just random stuff thrown in of all different genres. And then below that is the Jackie Chan DVD collection, which is pretty much every film that Jackie Chan has ever been in. And I think I've upgraded most. I mean, the ones that I really, really want to have upgraded. And I'm not going to upgrade the tuxedo, for God's sake. And then down here's a little more of Jackie Chan stuff. And then, we have more Asian cinema on DVD. And then all of a sudden we get into my small little comedy collection of shows like Curb Your Enthusiasm, Peep Show, the IT Crowd, which is hilarious, and then we got Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and the Peter Serafinowicz Show. I can never say his name. But last but not least, over here is the my spy shelf. So this is pretty much all DVDs on this one, but it's pretty much normal spy movies like James Bond, and then it goes into Euro spy films and kind of burned stuff that I found, and then into just normal spy movies. So it's all over the place over here. A lot of great stuff. I have a few of these things upgraded to Blu-ray. But yeah, that's about it for up here, so let's go downstairs. All right, we are now downstairs in the dining room, and this is kind of what we got. I don't even know how to describe this shelf. It's pretty much a normie shelf mostly, but there is a lot of odd flicks in here. So as you can see up top, we got my Shaw Brothers Volume 1 and Volume 2, plus the Godzilla Criterion set and the Arrow video video store kind of collection. And then right over here we have, I guess it would be mostly fantasy, sword and sorcerer kind of stuff. Starting off with the Beastmaster, coming all along down here with some of my favorite movies like Labyrinth, The Dark Crystal. I have a bunch of editions of each of those. Last Unicorn Legend, more Lord of the Rings stuff, Willow, and we have the extended edition of Lord of the Rings, one of my favorites. But if you go down here, we have, mostly it goes into comedies. Well, I guess we still have fantasy over here with Time Bandits. But there are comedies kind of thrown in. Indiana Jones in there, Edward Scissorhands, and Ghostbusters, that kind of ilk. So it's a lot of known movies I kind of put in these shelves. Then we got the actual real comedy stuff in here with Scrooge, Christmas Story, all the kind of Christmas stuff in the area right there. Gremlins, Wayne's World, Pee-wee, Explorers, Goonies, Miami Connections in there, it's a must. The Wizard, Dazed and Confused, one of my favorites. And, yeah, Thrashin', BMX Bandits. Where the hell's, oh, there's Rad. We got Rad there, so all the extreme sports movies. And then you got The Truman Show, License to Drive, Can't Hardly Wait, Pee-wee's Playhouse Christmas Special, a whole bunch of other stuff here. Teen Wolf, Spaceballs, Young Frankenstein, the Police Academy movies, just all the comedies kind of in this area. Even more. It just doesn't stop. And then what do we have below here? Some more stuff. We got Back to the Future. Still sticking with comedies though, for the most part. And then the bottom shelf are these guys. And it's kind of random, I guess. But if we go back up at the top, we are into, I guess, musicals. So musicals for the first portion with Moulin Rouge, Crybaby, Rocky Horror Picture Show, Xanadu, Phantom of Paradise, Little Shop of Horrors, and then it goes into more just random movies like Run Lola Run, Fight Club, Brazil, which if you notice, Brazil had a DVD copy upstairs, Frighteners, Repo Men, and below that we're getting into kind of action. We got Jurassic Parks in there, some Pirates of the Caribbean. Then we got Waterworld. Yeah, and it gets into a whole bunch of Chuck Norris movies. And then after that, we have more action stuff. But it's kind of a mixture of a whole bunch of different things. Got The Wanderers in there. If you haven't seen that, it's a badass flick. I don't know where my Warriors are. They're probably in there somewhere, but I can't see it at the moment. Go down again, and we have, yeah, just a sprinkling of a bunch of different genres, but mostly action. Got a bunch of Quentin Tarantino stuff over there on the right. Yeah, Roadhouse. um, yeah, it's just a bunch of big blockbusters. And then here we are with some of the spaghetti westerns and just western movies in general, kind of thrown in. And below is, it's a mixture of spaghetti westerns and then kind of Italian crime thrillers and action movies. And further down, more just random different genre stuff. And if we go back up to the other side, we've got the blaxploitation kind of section. And there's that Harder They Come that I was saying about before upstairs. And then we go down to kind of more fantasy movies, but more kind of creature feature kind of flicks. A lot of stop motion things in here. Then it kind of goes into the Gamera kind of movies. And then more kaiju kind of stuff with King Kong. Then the rest of my Godzilla collections on Blu-ray. And then kind of finishing off with Ultraman. And then below that, we have the Studio Ghibli collection, which I have pretty much all the big ones, I guess. So all the big ones are in there. And if you've ever seen Belle, that's a really, really amazing movie. Came out recently. And then below that is a shelf that looks so sad and lonely, but it's some of my favorite movies. Vanilla Sky is one of my favorites. Somewhere in Time, What Dreams May Come, Open Your Eyes, which is Vanilla Sky's Spanish original version. Donnie Darko, which is probably one of my absolute favorite movies. And then below that, we have some more random stuff. The Andy Sidaris kind of series of films. And then below that is just a bunch of random superhero movies, I guess you want to say. And they kind of finish it off down here too as well. But yeah, that is it for the downstairs shelf. And that's it for the collection. But guys, that is it. That is the kind of overview of the movie collection room. A little tour for you guys, because I know a few of you were mentioning it, wanted to see it. Yeah, it turned out great. The shelves are amazing. I don't know, it's weird when you put everything up in one space. I mean, it still doesn't look like a lot to me, and I don't know if it's because I'm an obsessive collector in that when I put it all together, I was hoping to see a lot more. But yeah, like I said, with the stuff I have downstairs too, the 80s kind of comedies, and I have a bunch of spaghetti western stuff down there, a lot of 80s action. So there is a lot of movies, but just spreading them out between this room and the one down there, I just feel like there should be more movies behind me. But I think there is. I think I'm just losing my mind. But hope you liked this video, and I hope you liked the little tour, and got some ideas for your own movie room. But guys, that's it for me today. Hope you enjoyed that one. Hope you like what I'm doing here, and I hope you like everything about movies. But I will see you guys the next time I'm in front of a camera talking about movies. So I will see you with the next Lucid Nightmare. Later.